Foot down, I don't see nobody. In my own lane with the top down. No worries. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This story here is an absolute beaut. It's an absolute beauty. Everything I say is true. I can't even believe that this story happened, but basically I have a phobia of spiders. They could be tiny, they could be large. It doesn't matter. I hate spiders. I don't understand them. I don't understand how they move around, how they crawl, 8 eyes, legs. I detest spiders. So anyway, where I live, there are tons of spiders. And for a long time, I would find spiders or come across spiders inside the house, but they were never small. They were always like fairly chunky spiders. And every so often it's always in my front room. Mostly that's where they were. And some in the kitchen, but mostly in the front room. And I was like, they were big. I was like, what's going on? For a long time, I was led to believe it wasn't an issue. I just had a situation where I found a huge one on the wall. When I say huge, I mean huge. Killed it, but then I kept on finding lots of big ones. Over the course of 2 weeks, I think I found like several chunky spiders. And I thought to myself, okay, no, there's an issue here, something's going on. So I called the Exterminators, pest control or whatever. So they say to me, okay, they're gonna come out, they're gonna spray, they're gonna put some bombs, like these pesticide bomb things that go off in the house and whatever. They said that I have to leave the house. When they come, I'll have to leave the house. But the night before, I also need to basically put all my clothes in my bedroom into a black bag so that, you know, when they fumigate and everything, it doesn't irritate my clothes and I get rashes and all sorts, right? So I spent all night putting all my clothes in black bags and I used it as a chance to clear out my wardrobe. The next day comes, the guy turns up at my house. First thing in the morning, about let's say 9 o'clock, he turns up. He asked me to walk him around and I tell him the problem areas. I said, okay, the front of the house is a problem area, the back of the house is a problem area. I'm finding spiders in the front room, back room. These are the places where I think they're coming in, blah, 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 blah. I told him about the story about the big spider. He said, oh yeah, that's the daddy. That would have been the daddy. As soon as he said that would have been the daddy, I should have known right then he was a cowboy. Daddy, isn't it queen? Isn't the big spider the queen? But anyway, that's just me. You lot tell me. I'm still processing everything that happened. So anyway, he told me, yeah, you need to leave the property. I'm gonna spray all the rooms. And part of the quote was for them to spray the whole house and do the whole house and every room and everything. So he said, you need to leave the property, come back. Oh, he said that he'll be done in about an hour, but I need to leave the property, not return to the property for 4 to 5 hours. So I couldn't come back till like lunchtime. I was like, okay, cool. I got in my car, gave him the keys, left. I was going to a nearby cafe to work. I forgot something, so I came back to the house. I was only literally gone for 10-15 minutes. So by 9:15, I had come back to the property. He was sat in his van. We locked eyes and he saw me and he come out of his van. He's like, oh yeah, I'm finished. I said, I only left 15 minutes ago. You're supposed to spray the front, the back, and every room inside. And you're supposed to put the bombs and everything like that. I didn't say that, I was thinking that. So anyway, he gave me some spider trap things. And he said, yeah, that'll be done, you're covered now. I'll be off. He gave me the spider trap things and he left. I came back at lunchtime, came into the house. Yeah, there was still a funny smell downstairs where he'd obviously done stuff. But then I went upstairs. Upstairs had not been touched. My daughter's bedroom door was still shut. My bed hadn't been moved. My wardrobe hadn't been opened. It hadn't been sprayed. You could tell nothing had been done or touched. And I'm pretty sure he hadn't done anything out the back or out the front. Anyway, I go into the toilet. The guy did a shit on my toilet. He left skid marks. He left skid marks down my toilet. And he left the chemical for killing the spiders on the bath. The guy came to my house. He didn't do the job properly. He went and used my toilets left and he didn't even clean up after himself. He didn't clean up after himself. Who does that? I don't do that. Do you do that? Who does that? Who goes to someone's yard to do a job? You don't do the job, but instead you do it. So I call up their company to complain, and I told them, so please believe I hadn't paid them yet. I complained and I said, I told them what he'd done. He'd come, he hadn't done anything, and he took a in my toilet. They're like, well, what day shall we send someone else round? I said, send someone else round. Well, I'm gonna let you send someone from your company to come back into my home again. Jog on. What the
I don't see nobody. In my own lane, it's a shutdown. I don't see nobody. Skirt.